Let's have this conversation. So that when we were on the podcast the other day, we were talking socioeconomics, and you brought up a terminology that was like, oh, boom, my finance mind went on, because I'm familiar with the word market value and the stock market, and you know, that's my world. And you brought up the sexual market value. So why don't you explain
marketplace,
the sexual marketplace, like the stock market? This is the sexual market. Would you break down what that is, and the ladies can maybe jump in as well?
I mean, okay, so when it comes to sexual market value, men and women are different. Okay, let's just put that one out there. We're not all the same. We are actually more different than we are alike. So we have different mating strategies, and as a result of those mating strategies, we evaluate the other person, the opposite sex, based on different criteria. So for women, it's what we call hypergamy. Okay, so it's alpha seed and beta need, or alpha fucks and beta bucks. That's pretty much what it boils down to.
Alpha fucks
I don't
and
know
beta
what
bucks.
I know. I'm gonna explain.
Have you heard this term?
And I'm saying this
I've heard
ironically.
alpha,
Okay, have you heard this term hypergamy ever? Either of you ladies?
Heard of hypergamy before?
By the way, just full disclosure, this was a word I was very not familiar with until very recently. And then I went down the rabbit hole, some of his videos included. There was a book that I was reading, and he actually gave me his book, and I'm like, whoa, fascinated by it. So please break this down.
So, okay, just a very brief rundown of what hypergamy is. Hypergamy is a term, actually a sociological term that was coined back in the 50s for sociological studies of the caste system in India. And they noticed that women of a lower caste always tended to marry up into a higher caste, and that's where the origin of the term comes from. Now we have expanded upon that because women want short-term benefits, short-term sexual reproductive benefits, and then long-term security benefits. And so that's what we say: alpha seed and beta need, alpha fucks, beta bucks. Okay, so again, I'm using those terms, alpha and beta, as abstractions because I know somebody's going to go crazy in the chat about that.
Probably a beta.
Probably so. Yeah, exactly. So when we're looking at the beta buck side, that's more the long-term security side, and we're looking at parental investment, provisioning, and protection.
Is that what bucks is?
That bucks, yeah, provisioning, yeah, resources. Okay. So long-term, anything that benefits a woman in the long term when it comes to long-term security, networking. There you go. When you were saying that you value guys who have something that you can actually, have a utility for, that would be, I would term that as being in the interest of long-term security. Then there's the alpha seed side.
I don't know. I feel like long-term, you can't really predict just because like we're in the social media era, everything's happening so fast. So like even if you think you have security, like that job might not exist anymore. Or if you're dating down like someone who doesn't have security, he could create an app or something. So that's why like
you make a good bet. You have to make a good bet on a guy
or follow your heart.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the problem with following your heart right now is statistically women don't follow their hearts. They look for a guy who is economically attractive, and that term has been around since 2018.
You're not saying attractive, you're saying economically
most men today are economically unattractive.
Let me get your opinion on this, and the ladies, because before I even heard of hypergamy, because I grew up in South Beach. I mean, we've known each other for a handful of years. I was been in the party scene. There's models, there's guys, there's rich guys, the whole thing. And I remember this one time I came up with this question, and now I ask it all the time, and I want to get your guys' thoughts on it. Would you rather be with a guy very wealthy, you're taken care of. I mean, you're driving what you want to drive, you're living where you want to live, you're shopping where you want to shop, you're eating where you want to live, you're living your life. But he's kind of a little bit maybe older, a little sloppier, not exactly in good shape. You're not exactly attracted to him, but you're attracted to lifestyle. That's option A. Option B, hot dude, sexy, ripped, good sex, funny, cool, all that. Broke as shit, lives in his mom's basement. Those are your two options.
The basement got me though. Like I was maybe sold on guy number 2, but the basement?
I'm just saying he lives basement or whatever, but
that might be a deal breaker.
He's broke. He's a broke.
He don't got no money. He ain't taking you out. He lives in a van down Chris Farley. But those are your options. Wealthy, but busted.
Yeah.
Broken hot. Who are you picking, Queen Victoria?
I feel like when I first met you, I probably would have picked guy number 1 because I was still experiencing those things. But now I would probably go with guy 2.
You're 20.
You would pick the...
I'm 29.
29.
Well, anyway, you're
But-
saying that you would pick.
But I knew him when I was like 20, so I feel like, yeah. When
Hey,
you're,
21 for the record. She was 21, I promise
21.
you. The nightlife, right?
No, but when you're like, you're 21 in South Beach, you're more attracted to those quote unquote glitz and glam. And then now you can kind of see through the smoke and mirrors and like, you wouldn't be truly happy.
So
you
who would
can't
you
put a
be
price
with
on
long
that.
term?
The hot guy.
The hot guy, but like he ain't taking you
I
nowhere.
would give him some business advice and we would start some businesses together.
Okay, so you're gonna try to have him level up.
He will
Because this is
level up.
counterintuitive to the hypergamous nature.
Well,
Hi,
she
Rebecca.
would
My
she would
name's
want to take
David.
she would want to take a chance on a guy with potential. So
Yeah.
if the guy's hot and he's kind of has potential to actually make some money later on, then that's a
Yeah.
better bet than the guy who is not that good looking but has a lot of money, and therefore it becomes sort of this economic situation when it comes to the women marry a lifestyle. They don't marry a guy.
I've definitely seen
I'm going
that.
no on that.
I've
You're
seen
so,
that a
hold on,
lot, but I don't know. I think like you have choices, so I wouldn't choose that.
Rebecca, number one, who would you choose of that scenario? The wealthy, not so good looking guy, or the broke hot dude? And then what was your counter argument to what Rollo had to say? Who's your pick first?
I just can't get into your choices.
You have to.
She stays
I
single.
don't have to.
So you're just
I
gonna
have
stay
had
single,
that-
is what you're saying? You'd rather
Which
stay single.
one
I
would
am
you
single.
hope?
No,
which
I'm
one
just
would
saying.
you hope would
Hang on.
change?
I don't hope anybody changes. I think that is a foolish thing to idea. I've had those offers.
Yeah.
My God, if I didn't have some type of, I have to work. I have this mission. I have my work to do in the world. I've had that offer all the time of, they're done with their money. All they want to do is enjoy their life. So there's no room for me to grow. I'm not into it. I've had many offers. Like
What kind of offers? What do these offers look like?
Let me see.
I thought you were gonna take
Marriage.
out your phone. I'm gonna go, let me show you.
It's like, let me cue it up in my mind. I've had straight up marriage, relationship. We don't have to get married. You can have your own place. You can live here. There was one.
I've actually been offered that as well.
Yeah, it's
Guys
like-
are weird.
yeah. And,
Meaning
there was-
they'll take care of you. You don't
Oh,
have to
yeah,
work.
like
Like
you
they'll
don't-
buy me a house next door.
for the rest of the next generation
They
would have
lead
to.
with their wallet. They lead with their
Totally. Then
wallet.
there was somebody else. He's like, we would make beautiful babies. That's what he just, he liked
Yeah.
babies. And it's like, he said, you have access to this for forever. No, it
It's
sickens
like
me.
manipulative.
No, it's
when they do that.
just like we were talking about the gifts. It just doesn't do it for me. So I hear these conversations. This is not my reality. This is so not my world. And I know other people like that. But I mean, just so to your example, no, I'm single.
So you'd say I'm
No
just gonna
deal.
yeah, but how
No
long are
deal.
you gonna stay single for? Though is the question. Meaning until Mr. Right comes along and who's perfect. He's got
She's
the
an
money.
independent woman.
I got that.
Let her
but-
live.
Adam, I don't need somebody who's got money. I don't know if this escaped you. I mean, I'm a PhD. I'm an author. I've done
Oh, she
some
says, I don't know if
things.
this escaped
Yeah, I
you.
mean, like,
I'm not.
I'm not like I didn't show up off the street
Okay.
looking for somebody to
Not,
take care of
not
me.
asking at all, but I know you
Yeah.
probably have very strong feelings on what she's saying.
No,
about
she's
career women. Where do
she's-
you stand on career
Well,
women?
I mean,
who are more focused on their
she's
career.
a statistic right now, is what she is. How old are you, if I may ask?
Never
You may
ask a
not ask.
woman
I
their
may not
age.
ask. Okay, well, let's just say for sake of argument, you're in your early 30s. Okay, maybe you're a little older. Who knows? When women get to that age and they are career women, when they are strong, independent women, and have spent the better part of their lives building themselves up to have a doctorate, to have their own business. I presume you have your own practice.
Yes.
And are very your personality and your ego investments are built up into what your achievements are, and you get to a certain stage.
Oh, that's not me with the ego investments.
Okay, well,
No.
you get to a certain stage where it's like, I'm looking for a guy who is like, why is it do you think you're still
she said
single
she
right
wants
now?
to find someone that she enjoys doing activities with and things like that.
I haven't found the right fit.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's
And
normal.
I'm not trying
Are
to do
you looking
something.
for a guy that is like, are you looking for a guy that makes as much money as you, has the same kind of achievement as you, has the same kind of education as you?
This is a great question. What I've noticed, I've dated a lot, and so I've tried many different things. You can have somebody who's incredibly wealthy and is awful at conversation, just like makes me want to kill myself. Then there are other people have very different things that they offer. So somebody who is maybe not as well established, maybe very interesting. Then there are people who have, different kinds of jobs, right? So I've tried dating a lot of different people. What I find is I need the mind. I really need the mind. The rest of it is
sapiosexual.
no, it's just I need somebody who's incredibly smart. I just need that, and I need somebody also who is ambitious and really has in goal, like, because they're very nice people and they're fine to work, and this is wonderful. It works really well for other people. I am not looking to breed. I'm not looking to settle down. I'm not looking for any of that. I have work to do in my life. So.
Hold on, stop. You don't want to have kids?
God, no.
What do you mean, God, no? You don't want to have kids?
I never have.
Okay, why is that?
They're terrible.
Kids are terrible?
Aaron Clary, this girl right here.
I feel like...
Do you want to have kids?
I've always wanted to be a mother. I think it's my life purpose. But, like, today's world
Your
is
life
so
purpose
crazy
is to have kids?
To be a mom.
Okay.
Like, I think... Yeah, like, I always wanted to be a mom, and then...
Would you rather be a mom or a career woman?
I think today you could do both.
I get it. I could eat pizza and work out. I get it. But you got to pick one though.
If I had to pick one, then mom. Yeah, of course.
You'd be a mom, but you've obviously picked your career.
That would be my hell. I mean, like,
No,
I'm so happy for you.
What happened that you were like, that's it?
Well,
I'm never having kids.
She's
like,
a badass woman.
like,
What do you mean?
Clearly,
Nothing
she's
happened.
a badass. Clearly, she's beautiful. But you're very anti-kids. Like usually, like, there's women that will say, look, I'm open to it if the right guy comes along. Yeah, But like, you're very like steadfast. No, hell no. I got mission. I got work to do. No kids.
First thing first. When somebody even wants to approach me, I was like, if you're looking for a wife and children, I'm not your guy. You have to go
girl.
I want no part of this.
Yeah.
So like, don't come around. So I've had people who they'll date me for a while and then they'll think that I was going to change my mind. Yeah. Oh my, it's really a waste of everyone's time.
I actually like that
Really?
you're like committed though, and know that. I've had a couple girlfriends that are similar and like know they don't want kids. So like I actually really respect that.
Thank you.
How come let me ask you, why are you single right now? Why do you think you're single right now?
Because there's nobody I want to be with right now.
Is it they're just not forthcoming, or are you just not meeting
She's
the right
waiting
guys?
till after Valentine's Day.
I see.
I meet men all of the time. I know what I like, and when it comes around.
What's the longest relationship you've had?
4 years. I usually I have them like 3 years, 4 years, 2 years, like that.
See, my read on you is that you are the man you want to date. You turn yourself into the guy that you want to date. And most women who are sort of the boss babes or the alpha females, what happens is they live these lives where they have to go. I mean, when you look at college debt right now, college enrollment, when you look at business, when you look at the fact that women are complaining about guys not being economically attractive right now, and when you look at that, like I was quoting these stats to Patrick on the other show, is men have to make 58% more than the woman is making to be economically attractive.
But also from the woman's perspective, guys don't, I want to choose my words carefully, but from what I've seen, guys don't want to date a non-educated, goalless woman. So we actually too have to like be our best version to attract the best partner for us.
Okay, so the way you're framing that right now is you're looking in terms of long-term security. Like you were just saying a little while ago, is like you want to get with the hot guy, right? You want, like when you were 21, you had a different set of criteria for dudes, and now at 28, 29 years old, you have another set of criteria for them because you're more interested in long-term security from 28 to like 32, 33, somewhere around there, as opposed to being 18 to 28 when the priorities were a whole lot different. And for you, when you're looking at like say,
no.
Well,
I beg to differ.
Because you're looking at this from hindsight, right?
I want to hear my statistic right now.
What I was going to say is that most women who are in your demographic, let's say, they can't find. Their number one complaint is we can't find a guy who's got his shit together. We can't find a guy who's got a college education.
She's saying
we can't
she
find a guy
has so
who's
many
got this.
options.
I know you have those, but you're still single. What is about those guys that so you have all of these options,
hold on,
but you haven't decided
I love what you're
on
saying.
any
It's
of
delightful.
them.
Why is the premise that I need to end up with somebody?